There is a clarion call by Nigerians and stakeholders within the broadcast industry for a change in the price regime of all digital terrestrial transmission DTT and direct-to-home DTH providers from the present one model, one bundle system to pay-as-you-go, pay-per-view, or pay-per-watch. That is daily, weekly, or monthly model. It is in this vein that we have to listen to the plight of Nigerians by living up to our constitutional responsibilities as stipulated in the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended for the full implementation of pay-as-you-go model across Nigeria by satellite TV operators. We are also of the opinion that MultiChoice, the owners of DSTV, is not sensitive to the plight of Nigerians at large for increasing the tariff of their various bouquet and anchoring that on VAT increment from 5% to 7.5%, where in the real sense, most of its bouquet price tariff is more than the 2.5 increment. Unlike many other companies, both here to witch hunt anybody, but we are here to see how we can respond to the requests, the plight of Nigerians. So at this point, I would like to invite the MD of MultiChoice to let us know, the way forward, how this issue can be resolved in a way that the entire country will be happy at the end of the day. I don't know if you have a copy of the last presentation that you did, because most of us...
Just permit me to give you just a bit of background. Our company, MultiChoice Nigeria, which is registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission as a fully Nigerian company, started business 27 years ago. I think it's important that we give this background so you understand the origin and how we started business here. Now, we started business 27 years ago, just around the time our novel industry known as Nollywood was starting out, and MultiChoice Nigeria started just as a very small company with just a few people around one office. Today, we directly hire over 1,000 Nigerians and indirectly provide over 20,000 more jobs. In line with the submission we had sent in earlier, we were able to address the fact that when we did the price adjustment, it was in response to the new finance bill. And if you look at it, you would see that we were even late and we're, in making those changes. But I think you mentioned the word, palliatives earlier. And I think it's important that the committee notes that we were one of those companies who woke up to the entire issue around COVID-19 and extended our hand of support to the government, spending over 1 billion naira to support the government, both in cash and in sensitization, and also in just donating PPEs to help fight. So the adjustment at that time was just as a result of the new finance bill. However, as I mentioned, the committee is also aware of the increase in cost of living, petrol, diesel. These are very basic inputs that go into our service. And we are one of those companies that, the broadcasting industry did not shut down for one day. We had to keep everything running. We listened to the call and make sure that at that time, what we did was to drop our content to the lower amounts and in effect subsidize and make it easier for people to pay. So we are one of those companies that came up at this time to offer support both to the subscriber at home and also to the government. However, in order to be able to provide this service with our depreciating naira and the rest of the inputs that go into our business, we have to be able to sustain the business it would be careless of us to allow the business to fold up and render more people, unemployed. So we have been, through considerations, ensuring that we can, as much as possible, manage our prices and keep the consumer at home, entertained and watching with education, everything that can help the country to go through this COVID period. And a lot of those, initiatives which we have carried out, I think, have been seen by the people, and also we have received those, messages appreciating what we've done. Even the Honorable Minister reached out to us to thank us for everything we were able to do at that time. On the pay-as-you-go model, I think we've always said, there's, probably a misconception between pay-as-you-go as is obtained in the telecommunications industry and the TV industry. It's not a concept that is available in the broadcast industry, because it's not a two-way communication in the broadcast industry. The Honorable Chairman mentioned, data and through the mobile telecoms. Those are additional costs. Broadcast by nature is one to many without a return path. Okay? But also, if you look at some of the international organizations who are offering some of those services, even online, where it's two-way communication, who are not on ground here, do not pay taxes here, but are beginning to offer services and in competition even in this market, you would see that their billing method is still the same fixed billing method, because it is a fixed billing method that is the model in the pay TV industry. So telecommunication companies can offer that pay-as-you-go where you can stop and restart. Unfortunately, that is not the model in the broadcast industry. And you must also accept that we have to buy these services, repackage and sell. And you cannot be selling differently from when you buy. I always use a few examples to say, for instance, when you go to watch a football match and you buy a ticket, if your team is not doing well, like my team, often at times they've considered even 3 goals before halftime. I won't mention the team because some people here may also like the team. You cannot get up and leave the stadium at that time. You can leave, but you will not get a refund when you walk out, even if you've only watched 10 minutes. That is also the model where we have to prepay and buy these things and then create. Internationally, what actually is standards is that people sign a 12-month contract, which you cannot terminate. Whether you decide not to watch for 6 months, the bill runs. However, here we have that 1 month fixed billing method. As an organization that is always learning and watching, we watch the industry, we see where trends are, and we would always learn and see. But at this point, this is the business model which we can implement using the technology. We don't have the technology to support that. Start the service, switch off the TV, it stops, or restart the service at 12 and stop it at 1 p.m. That technology is not available to us. We don't have that technology. And as a business, we have to try to continue to offer a service, which is why over time we have made sure that we have created smaller bouquets that have offered smaller prices to allow people access to the service for reduced pricing, and we've continuously, moved and added content, added channels to be able to offer even a very good service, even at the lowest part of, the offering. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That hardship is the same hardship we are also going through. So we're not, because I think at times we get abstracted as if, we're not different. It's the same So the same increase in the cost of food today is what affects us. The same increase in diesel, we have to be able to pay for these services. And some of the challenges we face are being able to afford to keep the service running. Without the service running, it's a catastrophe in terms of same loss of jobs in the same environment. What we did when we did the VAT, the other increases, we also abstracted certain bouquets which were lower, which we did not increase. It was also in reaction to that call to say, make it a bit easier. So we said, okay, let's look at the lower, where more of the masses sit, and those we did not effect an increase on when we did, the price adjustments. On the VAT, we had to take it across because that is in line with the laws that have been passed. We're not abstracted from that. But please permit me to say, the challenges are the same challenges we face as a company. Well, my staff are all Nigerians. They're all faced with some of this. And that is why at every point we have been one to raise our hand to support. At the forefront, I mention it because at the forefront of the COVID fight, we were there. We stood with the country, we contributed cash, we contributed things, we put the message out. We also created programming then to enable people stay home, study from home, have some entertainment, to support the instructions which were stay at home. And that's what we've done. In terms of the analogy I used earlier, yes, as you said, there can be different periods of billing at this point, but in everything, you have to package properly and not rather increase the cost of the service by packaging. So, one, you need to be able to bill properly and collect and fulfill. That capacity to bill properly, collect and fulfill for one day at 12 p.m. today and at 12 p.m. tomorrow, we don't have that. One of the things I said earlier was, as a business, we're always looking. Before, when we started, we had one big bouquet. And over time, we cut it up and made smaller bouquets available. The same approach we take with our programming. When we started Africa Magic, it was one channel. And over time, we increase, we look at business, we take learnings, we try. It's a cost to change technology. Billing technology is one of the most expensive part of conditional access billing. To change those in these times, to be able to, we have to take it back, look at the model of the business, and then implement what is possible. But at every time, we have to be mindful of all those young actors and co, because any wrong move where we are out of business even creates a bigger catastrophe for us. The entertainment business is one of the growing industries in Nigeria. That's where a lot of the emphasis is, to try to build that industry. Our ability to buy content from these people is also tied to our ability to be able to earn and collect some money. So I'm not being disrespectful, like I mentioned earlier. As any business, we continue to learn. However, as a business, you don't just copy what the other person has done. Even when you don't understand and you don't know the impact, you could be out of business. Because at the end of the day, we have responsibilities to the country, to the people we hire, to the people who make a living. In a production, we have carpenters. We have, people feeding the people who work there. And all these people, that is the responsibility we face.
The MD.
Is for us to make this hearing full-blown. Full-blown in the sense that we have documents at our disposal from, for instance, the Minister of Information, detailing other countries, other companies, showing how possible this thing is. We have documents and submissions from individuals that are engineers, showing that this is possible. And you are here painting a picture that it is totally impossible. We have companies like you who go into this same, who are into this same business. 1 week, 2 weeks, you pay, you go. And you are here telling us it's either 1 month or never. You are pushing us to a situation where constitutionally we will have to invoke our powers to look at your books. Look at your accounts. Look at the number of subscribers you have, vis-a-vis what you are talking about. You can't make us here look like we are doing nothing, we don't know what we are doing, like we don't have information. It is not fair. If you are truly Nigerian, this is not fair. I won't take that. I'm not going to sign any document going back to the chambers and telling 360 members that we couldn't do this assignment, telling over 200 million Nigerians that the assignment they gave us, we failed. I want you to have that at the back of your mind. And Chairman, I want to move very strongly that he has to come back. We have to invite the Minister of Information, everybody that has made a...
When the business, started providing this service on the satellite, NIGECOMSAT wasn't available. The decision around changing satellites will practically mean repointing every dish, and it's a business decision. We have to find where we can buy satellite capacity, and for how much, and then.
Now, Chairman, if you want me to accept, to give him that soft landing, so to speak, when he is coming, let Nigerians be here to listen to him. Let Nigerians be here to interact with him. Let the Minister of Information be here. What are we going to lose anyway? We are losing nothing. Let professionals come and listen to him. Tomorrow we'll wash our hands. If this thing cannot be done the way Nigerians want, they will take it home themselves. I am not ready to be boxed into a corner so that I can't enter my constituency. No. People sent me here. I'm representing them. This committee is representing 360 members. We're not doing our own business. We're doing business with 360 members. That's the essence of the committee. And if I am to accept that you should go back and do what you are doing, Chairman, respectfully and humbly, I will request when he's coming back, let the Minister of Information be here, let the MDC Director be here, let engineers who are experts in this matter also be here, so that he will tell everybody, I cannot do it. Then we can wash our hands. Less than that, I think he's coming back. The Minister of Information should be here. The NBC DG should be here. Experts who have already made submissions, engineers should be here to tell us whether this thing is possible or not. We're not saying close your company. We're not saying do anything that is not doable. We're saying provide where 1 week is possible. Somebody wants to take 1 week. He doesn't have money to pay for 2 weeks, 1 month. Let him pay for 1 week. Shut him out. Somebody wants to pay for 2 weeks. Let him do so. We're not saying do per minute billing. No, that's not what we're saying. That is not what we're insisting. So we need this positive
short period.
And let Nigerians here and interact with you themselves. Less than that, I won't do it.
Thank you very much.
In the absence of the...
Our guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the motion of the Deputy Chairman still stands, but is subject to the inability of multi-choice to accept Nigerians' position, which is to implement pay-as-you-go, and also the price reversal. If they refuse to do that, I think that's when the motion stands. And that's what the Deputy Chairman said. That when they are coming back, the Deputy Chairman said, when they are coming back, they should ensure. Look at what the Deputy Chairman said. He said, when they are coming back, that he should ensure that it comes with these people.
Maybe he has one or two things to say.
You know, thank you for the opportunity. And, you know, as the conclusion earlier that I was going to take this to also go and discuss with my board and then, you know, provide the committee with some more information. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and honorable members.